All right. Zoe and Pop over here on TikTok, as Jordan calls it. And I'm over here on YouTube. Jimmy Jam. I just got a Jimmy Jam notification. Good channel. Turtle King. All right. I'm adding. You've seen this one before. All right. So I got my app ready. Haven't done anything in over 10 days. Been sick. But here we go. So we have Marvel Age 41. I just did Marvel Age. Have a number on this one? I don't see a number. The Jack Kirby issue. So that is not good art right there. I'm sorry. Not good art. All right, so we got 15 for Stan. All right. Now look up the Juggernaut. All right, X-Men Black. All right. Now, if this was the variant, or not the variant, the version variant, this is worth money. But I remember this book. Book was good. I like it. If you're a Juggernaut fan, highly recommend it. So we'll add that one into the database. Like I said, I haven't been feeling well, so yeah, more issues. I need more tissues. All right, that one's done. Now, I introduced this guy to Kendrick the other day on the episode of the X-Men, and Kendrick was all into it. All right, so we got Mojo, X-Men Black. Not expecting anything significant there. Not exactly on my top 10 characters. All right, somebody's here. Did that go through? All right, let's check it out. Yep, going through. All right, $5. $5. All right. Now, we're going to load up some books today. Let's see, what do we got? We got Star Wars. We got X-Force. We'll do X-Force. I want to make sure I didn't accidentally get myself off track here. So, we have the Uncanny X-Force books. We'll be adding them in. This is actually a really good book. I didn't like Rick Remender's, a lot of his stuff, but this, he nailed. All right. No, not area. So we're good to go here. All right, we got issue 31. I'm not expecting any fancy price tags here. But definitely a good read, though. Definitely a good read. I didn't care for the finale when they killed Deacon. Did not really care for that one. That was way off track, my book. All right, now we got number 28. All right. Like I said, it's nice to feel good again to some degree. So I figure I got some time to kill. Got that done. All right. Number 27 here. That's a creepy ass cover. All right. Real ghoulish. If I remember correctly, and I haven't read it in a while, this was a very strange character. I forget the dude's name, but Another $5 book. All right, got Omega Red on the cover for 26. What's up? What's up? Space Case. How you doing, man? Roger Fleming, Batman. I'm doing okay. I can breathe today. Oh, yeah, put that one in the book. I can actually breathe correctly. My granddaughter got me sick, and my grandson got sick after me. And, ugh, horrible. All right, another photo. All right, issue 21. Nice cover. Nice cover. What's up with you guys today, though? All right, we got that one there. Nice cover. We got somebody on TikTok watching, but I don't know who it is, so they haven't enough to comment. But we got Uncanny X-Force 21. Let's put that one in the big database. $5. Like you said, nothing spectacular going on that run, but it's a good read. Not everything good has got to be expensive. I got issue 20. Put it right there. You know, I love when I can find myself when I go start looking through stuff because you either forget where you put it or you forget what you have in general. You just flat out forget that you have it. And when you go through your stuff and you find it, you're like, woo, I remember that. I got my 142, my 143 over here in the drawers. All right, so they're safe. I'm trying to get the X-Men to where I can always just pop them open and get them, you know, because they're that good. And this was good too. I don't know why they wanted to end the Age of Apocalypse because that was a pretty good alternate universe. But this is good. All that effort to end something. DC and Marvel do some stupid shit sometimes. Like they put all this effort into building something up. And then they just, we're not going to do it no more. $5 book. It'd be me scratching my head sometimes. I live with 6 roommates. A wife, kids, grandkids. I feel your pain. All right. And don't forget my dogs. Somebody always touching my stuff. I give my wife credit. She didn't touch my stuff. Now, Kendrick. I'll tell you a funny one. You want to hear a funny one? I got all my boxes behind me now. I got a ton of stuff that you can't see. I got like 90 boxes outside. And I got the stuff inside. And Jordan decided she was going to help me one day. Going back about 6 weeks ago. And she just started, and I come in, and she had rearranged everything, and she's 4. All right, so she's pulling books out, putting them in this spot, and taking them out of that spot, and putting them over here in this spot. And I was like, I walk in, I was like, But it was good intent, if you understand my meaning. She was trying really hard. She wanted to be like Pop. That's my best friend right there. All right, we got number 18. Nothing was damaged that I could find, so no harm. You're just trying to. She sees you do it, she wants to do it. You know. $5 book. This is a nice cover right here. Second printing. A second print variant right here. All right, number 18. If I start coughing, I apologize. I am still a little sick, but I'm better than I was. Okay, $12. All right, now we have issue 17. There's all out there to get. We went looking about 2 weeks ago. My old lady went to the store for me, and she said, comes back and she says, they have no back issues in the 100s. And I told her, and we were talking about it, and I said, once X-Men collectors get those books right in that area right there, they don't part ways with those books. All right, not an investor, but a collector, a real X-Men fan does not give up the 100s for anything. All right, but we got this one. This is a cool cover. Very like kind of Star Wars going on there. Psylocke is definitely an underused character. $5. The Uncanny D-Man. What's up, man? All right. All right. Now we're going to throw these Star Wars books up here. What we got Star Wars wise? I think I did some of these already. Yeah, we're going to double check those later. Pretty sure I did those. All right. Give me a minute. I'll be right with you guys. Yeah, it was a cool cover. That's maybe not that friendly to us, the other people, if you know what I mean, without saying it out loud. But I thought it was cool. All right. All right. Now, check my collection, make sure I don't have any of these in here yet. We're doing Superman. Done. All right. There's the older ones. Nope, I do not see them. I think this is like volume 5 I got here. Volume 5 or volume 4 or something like that. All right, this was really a good run. So, all right, issue 45. I don't expect anything fancy here. I just want to know what I have. Another one of the chain covers. I got the Neal Adams one here somewhere in a CBCS, I think it is. I forget the grade. I think it's like a 5.5. I've heard of the Ice Cream Man. I know it was very big when it came out. I don't know if it's holding the test of time, but if you know that's a short box for $20, as long as they're in good condition, that's a decent buy, man. Like I said, I don't know anything about the value investment wise, anything like that on Ice Cream Man, but I have heard of it. All right, let's put Superman in. I don't know if I did. I do that one. I'll find out in a minute. All right, that's done. Nothing fancy. I do not remember all the specifics of this. That made it up to 40 issues. That's pretty cool. I mean, I remember watching, I think it was Don, the comic book junkie. He was talking about that one a lot when it first came out. But I don't do a lot of Image. I mean, I have Spawn #1. I have some sporadic images here and there of Spawn, but I really don't go out of my way. I do DC and Marvel. I stick to what I know. 40 issues is a pretty good run for an independent book. Mm-hmm. What is your biggest run as far as any company, any book? What do you got going on that's thorough, complete, stuff like that? 43. Let's see. $3.85. It's a good read. Ongoing, could be anything. Doesn't matter. Past, future, whatever you got. What do you have? Like if you got Superman, how far is your Superman deep, you know? A man after my own heart. How do you not go miss Batman? You don't ever want to miss Batman. You gotta give me detail on that Space Case. Batman 86. What exactly are you referring to? Are we talking like when Tom King left? Ah, okay. I gotcha. Batman, that run is so underrated, even though it gets some good note on. It's still an underrated. It's good read. It's a very good read. I wouldn't give that run up for nothing. That is a good run. Ooh, I'm not sure I know what that is. Oh, I love Tom King. I'm not going to invite him over for dinner, but you know, I think his writing is really good. Now, with the Miles run, how many books are in that? Something is Killing the Children? I've heard of that one. My big boys are Batman, Superman, of course, X-Men. That's I had a really good when I was like a lot younger. I had really good Captain America run. I still have most of it, but I haven't looked at it in a long time. I think Captain America needs to be big time rebooted. I'm not really interested in paying $4, $5 for a book to another Red Skull story. That's a good one. Now, the Bendis New Avengers was pretty good. I got a lot of that one. The art, David Finch's art in that was really a killer. That was really good stuff. You never hear anybody doing Aquaman anymore. I wonder if there's anybody out there who's got like a really good Archie run or something like that from back in the day. Remember those little square comic books they used to sell at ShopRite at the register? Wonder whatever happened to those. We got 41. What you got? What you got? Yeah, but you know what? When they were out for a long time. I remember when I was a little kid, I used to see them up there, and I used to grab. I'm going to lie. I used to grab. I like comic books, but not much into corny romance stuff. But at the time, you didn't know anything. Issue 40. I like to know who's got the biggest Action Comics run. It doesn't have to be Keys. It has to be what's your biggest run on Action Comics without a miss? That'd be an interesting. I'd like to see people do videos on that one. The Big Book. Even though Detective Comics technically has more issues than Action, Action is the big dog. I remember when they tried to turn that into a team-up book. Oh, that was horrible. It was horrible. Is there another character as good as Superman that one company seems hell-bent on not trying to make good? It is like they have such good potential with that character, and they just refuse to acknowledge it, and they give crappy art. The art doesn't match with the story, or you have like writers taking turns all the time. You should have like something. It should be hard to get on to Action Comics and do the art, or how would you say, the writers? They're giving out like, oh, you're a new guy, you want to try Superman? Come on over. I have some of that. I have a good portion of the Frank Miller Daredevil. That was good stuff. Scarlet Witch, I got some, but I can't. The way they always do her story, it kind of like I scratch my head a lot. So I don't go out of my way for that one. I got a good chunk of Avengers. I just haven't looked at it in a long time. I didn't try to get into the Avengers, all right, because it's one of those titles I liked a lot when I was a lot younger. But I pick it up, and one day it's really good, the next day it's really stupid, and when I don't know if the story stuck, but they had the one part where Echo was the Phoenix, and the Phoenix was Thor's mother, and he lost me there. He just really lost me there. We got issue 39. Yeah, Batman definitely is the king of the hill for me, but Superman could be if they made a better book. Some of Charles Soule is one of those weird writers. He could do shit that's really good, and then he could do. Some of his stuff. Wolverine was horrible. I gotta say this. I like the TV show. It has potential. The character in the Avengers books from, I'm gonna say, like 2000 to 2007, something like that. That was good stuff for when she did the appearances in the Daredevil books and stuff. It's a good character, but Is it an A-lister? No. Like one guy was saying, how did she tame the Phoenix so easily when Jean Grey couldn't? Jason Aaron, very, very talented man, but I think he screwed the pooch on that one. Number 38. If you know anything about Superman, you know what Bendis did. He screwed the pooch on Superman. And then DC decided to keep mucking it up, so. They could have done a better choice of characters for Phoenix. But it wasn't as bad as Avengers versus X-Men when they shared Phoenix. I thought that was dumb. I looked past it. I just wanted the book, make sure I had it. I just didn't care for the story. I thought it was dumb. I don't remember exactly. I don't want to commit to an answer. I don't even remember what started that. I think it had something to do with Cyclops killed Professor X. All right, but that was, if you don't know anything about X-Men or Avengers and you picked it up, you might like it a little bit more open-minded than somebody who knows a little bit more about both franchises. But I didn't think that book was that good. What is the current status of the Red Hulk? And Weapon, was it Weapon H? Another character missing. Yeah, me neither. Harrison Ford, I think, is the Red Hulk in that Secret Invasion or something like that. That's a very strange choice for Red Hulk. I gotta watch the clock here. I gotta go get my son in a little bit. Oh, he passed away. I did not know that. We're talking about the actor, right? The one that did was in the. He was in the Iron Man credit scene when Iron Man walked in the bar. We're talking about that guy right there, right? All right. I did not know he passed away. The guy was a good actor. I'll give him that. I get a little tired of hearing about these movies, though, because I think the comic books are so much better. It takes them 2 years to make a movie, if not 3. And it takes them one a month, sometimes 2 a month. Yeah. Not only is it impossible, you shouldn't do it. Just period. You just shouldn't do it. It's very hard to explain. But that's the problem when you start doing the movies. People start identifying the character with these actors. And regardless if somebody unfortunately passed away or if somebody gets at their tighty whities in an uproar and they leave because, like Christian Bale, he got mad because he only made $35 million. Well, a poor guy. A poor guy. You know, so I don't really get into the movies and the TV shows as much as I do the books. And plus, the scripts are sometimes way off. Anybody tell me all those Marvel movies are all great? Did you not remember watching Age of Ultron? All right, that was a really dumb movie. Captain America looked like he was wearing pajamas. I was telling people in my family, I said, a friend of mine had sold all his X-Men books. And I told him not to do it. But he did it anyway. And I'm going, you know, those movies, Civil War was good one. I thought Civil War was good. When the best part of that movie was the fight scene between the three of them. And Winter Soldier looked really cool in that. Another character they could do a lot with. But they take so damn long. The fight was really good. Winter Soldier's got two of the best fights in Marvel so far. He got the fight when he fought Cap. When they went off the bridge, they were fighting by that truck and the knife flipping and all that other stuff they were doing. That was really well done. All right, and then when they had Cap and him versus Iron Man, that was also very well done. I got a Ragnarok. I'm trying to remember the fight scene from Ragnarok. That's where he fought. Thor fought Hulk in that damn arena, right? Jeff Goldblum's kind of stole a lot of the thunder from that movie because he did such a good job in my mind. I forget the girl's name. What's the girl's name that comes, Valkyria? That was her that comes off that damn plane when she's drunk and she just went off the side of it. That was hysterical. Valkyrie. That was hysterical. I'll tell you what, the Winter Soldier and Falcon, that wasn't a bad show. That was pretty good. Issue 32. I like Dark Crisis, but I tell you what, they're very inconsistent with their stories on Deathstroke. One day he's this, the next day he's that, the next day he's this, the next day he's... make up your damn mind. Good guy, bad guy, good guy, bad guy. No way in hell could Deathstroke go toe-to-toe with him. No way. Hey, we got Donut over here. We got Donut 4 AR on TikTok. Say, what's up, man? We got everybody over here talking on YouTube. I forgot to look over there. What's your favorite, man? There's not so much of that kind of stuff on TV. Maybe we shouldn't go there because one, the actress that's doing the part is really good. All right, and two, they beat that horse like a dead mule with that kind of story, if you know what I mean. There's so much of that kind of content on TV. kids don't really need to see that. So, notch it down a little bit, make it, do something different. I don't need to see her drug addiction. All right. I'm very well aware of what happens. All right. But, I'd like to see it. I'd like to have a show where you could sit down with an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old and not like want to turn it off at that time every time that character comes on. That's my point. The lady that plays Karen Page in the show, she's done a good job. Were they kids shows when our kids books when we were reading them? I mean, cause when I started, I wasn't exactly. I didn't have gray hair. Yeah, she's very, very good actress. If you don't introduce the kids to the shows, Daredevil's actually. I learned about Daredevil when I was about 8 years old. All right, my older brother. All right, he brought home Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Ghost Rider. All right, so you got to keep these characters where the next generation can get to them too. And the easiest way, once you start when you're young, you're hooked for life. So it doesn't always resonate the same for people starting when they're 18. You get my point? Daredevil could be very much for kids. That's not a bad show. Yeah, but you know what? So is Batman. All right, it's all about tragedy with Batman too. But I don't. If you could pull off hooking kids with good enough, it escalates. It just gets bigger and bigger. All right, when the 1970s came along, I came out of 1966 Batman and found Super Friends and the animated stuff. We were still watching the 66 Spider-Man cartoon, Thor. They had the Iron Man on there. All right, you got to put product on there that doesn't look silly or ridiculous. That's going to keep the kids. They want to join too. All right, because in my opinion, families can do this together as much as anything. What's the difference? Not everything has to be hardcore or like adult oriented to the degree that you can't do it with your kid. All right, you're a gifted writer. You know how to write without having to sponge a certain part of your audience out of the picture. Why do you just want the adult? Get everybody. Another guy asked me, why did DC have so many orientation characters? And I said, well, not every straight guy in America is going to stay alive forever to read these books. They're trying to expand the audiences. It's the same thing for the kids. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be PG 17 or R rated, whatever, to be interesting. I watched, what was it, Miss Marvel? The one with the Kamala Khan. That's a good show. That is a really good show. I thought the movie was good. I thought the TV show was good. So I thought the special effects where she was running on, I don't know a lot about her, but when she was running on that, those energy circles, I guess they call it, that was cool as hell. mean, you look at some of the best movies ever made. They don't. They're never ever will hit an R rating on those movies because those movies are meant for everybody. You know, and I'm talking like the classics, like Gone with the Wind, stuff like that. It shows you good movie is a good movie, regardless. Not everything's got to go boom in order to be interesting. I could tell you 3 different ones every time you ask me. My favorite from a kid, got movies like I could go easily Bridge on the River Kwai, The Great Escape. They got Steve McQueen in that, James Gardner. I'm trying to remember everybody that was in there, but Ducky from NCIS was in the movie. It's a lot of English actors that were in that movie that were really good. I remember a movie when I was in the 80s with Michael Pare and Diane Lane, Streets of Fire, had William Dafoe. That was good. Searchers with John Wayne, that was a good one. I mean, we go on and on with that. Oh, Donut Man's leaving. Stalag 17, William Holden, that's an excellent movie. That is an excellent movie. If I remember correctly, and I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but the original actor from Mission Impossible is in that movie. I think he was the bad guy. What is your top 3 movies, Space Case? Kenneth, what's up? There's been a lot of good movies over the years. I just found one on YouTube I'd never heard of before, and I thought I'd seen all those classic old black and white war movies from World War II. Me and my brother used to watch them all the time. I don't know that one. It's called First to Fight, about a Marine who wins the Congressional Medal of Honor during Guadalcanal. And it had Gene Hackman in it. Didn't even recognize him at first. But excellent movie. So if you get a chance, you find a lot of these movies on YouTube now. No, it's another good one. If you want to go classic movies that were great, Good, the Bad, the Ugly. That's a great movie. I mean, there was so many good movies. Remember Audie Murphy in To Hell and Back? That's a good movie. You got Henry Fonda in The Battle of the Bulge. Charles Bronson was in that one. I don't know the name of the German actors, but they did a good job in that movie. Trying to remember stars. I'm not gonna say I know for sure, but I'm gonna say you're right. So you're talking spaghetti westerns. So I know the name. It's not ringing a bell. It's just nothing coming to the top of my head on it. I've heard it before, but it's not registering. I'll tell you what, Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Eli Wallach stole the hell out of that movie. That is a good movie. One more, let me hear it. You remember when the VCR tapes when they released the movies on VCR for the first time, and you had to get the VHS tapes? Remember when they first came out? They were expensive. Oh my God. Another good movie, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. That's a good one. Kevin Costner did one with Robert Duvall, and I think he did a couple movies with Duvall, but he did one called Open Range, and that's a pretty good movie. It's not a bad movie. You won't go wrong. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm a big fan of Dances with Wolves. I mean, I thought they dragged that out a little too much, a little corny. Um, I mean, I think the effort was there, but I just think the movie was entirely too long. War Wagon, Kirk Douglas, oh, John Wayne. Um, I can't remember some of the older actors that were in that. A Man Called Horse, Richard Harris, if I'm not mistaken. A very underrated actor. Here's one for you. Where Eagles Dare. Richard Burton, Clint Eastwood. Who would have put those two guys together? Totally two different kind of actors. And they pulled it off. Try to think of another one. What was the one? It had John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, In Harm's Way. I would never watch that movie. It's not my kind of movie. No offense. If that somebody out there likes it, all right, good for you guys. I hope so. I would never watch that movie. I think there's like more than one part to that movie too, by the way. JK, what's that mean? We got John Kennedy going on there somewhere? I'll tell you what, you want to talk about John Kennedy movies. Kevin Costner did a good one there. I can't remember the name of the movie, the title itself, but it was good. The Last Starfighter. Oh, God, I haven't heard of that movie in a long time. I don't remember all the ins and outs of that movie. Yeah, JFK. Costner has proven he could put out a good movie as easily as he could put out a bad movie. Waterworld, and then you watch JFK. You know, you're like, what happened here? Where did this go? Bull Durham was a good movie. Oh, Lou Gossett Jr. just passed away too. What a shame. What a good guy. What a good guy. You know, I was just like 2 or 3 days before he died, I was looking at YouTube and I was like really desperate for something to watch at like 2 in the morning. So I put on the fight scene for Officer and a Gentleman with him and Richard Gere, and you don't realize how good certain guys are at certain roles. And Lou Gossett Jr. really was good at that role. I think he won the Academy Award for that, or Oscar, or whatever it was. Remember the Iron Eagle movies? Space Case, I'm going to have to cut you short. I'm enjoying the hell out of this conversation. I haven't had a movie conversation like this in a long time. I'll tell you another good actor gone. You know, I'm just watching him. We were just watching him do that commercial with that FanDuel commercial, and like 48 hours later, Carl Weathers dies, and I'm like, what? He was just doing commercials. There's certain actors that really just resonate with you. You always remember these guys. They don't have to be the big star actor, but they have to like be consistent that you see them in all these different movies. Like if you know anything about John Wayne movies, you'll notice when you watch John Wayne, you'll see a lot of the same actors in the movies all the time. All right, I got to get going. I got to go get my son. All right, Space Case. I'll talk to you later.